You're listening to Day 11, Beyond Measure. Join us at the table for a little extra. Right out the gate, y'all, we see that it's been, he started when he was 17 on this journey, and now he's 30 years old. So 13 years?
I think it's interesting that he's 30. Who else
was 30 when they started their ministry, their public ministry?
Well, of course, Jesus and King David
was 30.
Was anointed king when he was 30.
Wow. Very interesting indeed. Mm-hmm. So a lot happened in those 13 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, from a well all the way to the palace and running a nation, essentially. So those were not wasted years at all. Right. They were preparing him for that moment.
Well, and not only just running it, he also sat in silence in a jail cell. So he had to learn to hear the voice of God very clearly as well.
I love this line. Joseph stored up huge quantities of grain like the sand of the sea. It was so much he stopped keeping records because it was beyond measure. Mm-hmm. So when he got to his place of destiny, his harvest essentially, it's that verse, what is it about?
Ephesians 3:20. Immeasurably more than you could ever dream or ask. That's what your Father can do for you.
And think how many times we kind of picture what we're waiting on, and we almost put God in a box because we've planned out our whole future. Joseph could have never known he was going to be running a nation ever, and yet God did exceedingly abundantly, and later we'll see he'll also address some of Joseph's heart desires that haven't been met yet.
All right, Luke 6, I want to say it's 38. For if you give, you will get. Your gift will return to you in full and overflowing measure, pressed down, shaken together to make room for more and running over. Whatever measure you use to give, large or small, will be used to measure what is given back to you. If you just are giving to God, if you're doing everything that you can do to serve God, you can't outgive him. He's going to pour a blessing out over you. You can't even measure it. It's immeasurable.